Welcome to the channel. In this video, what I want to do is answer a question which I've been asked several times over the last couple of weeks. And this is in the case of the sewage tanks, and do they have to be below the level of the buildings to work? And the answer is no, but I thought rather than trying to explain it, I'll just demonstrate the process. So what I've got here is a very simple town with minimal settings because we're playing on simple mode. And what I've done is I've built a big sugar loaf of a mountain in the center here, and what we're going to be doing is placing the sewage pickup points up this mountain. And at the moment what we've got is a sewage tank here picking up water, and if I come into here and just show you the flow, at the moment we're getting a flow of around 16 cubic meters from all the surrounding buildings. And what I've done is I've been letting it run because of course because one of the things I always thought when the sewage and water update was first released, whether the height of the sewage tank would relate to the height of the building, but it doesn't. So you can see this one's picking up and emptying, and the tallest building I could find in my mods is there. It's at 5%. I think it tends to stick at 5% when you've got a really large building, and I think the only one that's building up is these over here because they're actually out of range. This sewage tank is exactly level with the surrounding buildings because if I show you the map here, this is a dead flat map. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to go up in 3 steps just to show that it's possible. Now, one thing I do need to do is when I did this the first time, I forgot to remove the old substations, and that actually distorted the results. Of course, what we're going to need to do is remove the pipe like this, and wait for that to disappear. And what you will see now is the flow of the wastewater is now coming through this one, but it's still picking up. And if I show you the flow, it's easier to see. You can see we're still getting the same 16 flow, but it's pulsing up to green. And if I come back up again, just to show you, click on these small buildings here. These are map default buildings. This one, see, this one's running at 4 or 5%. The only thing I haven't really tested is whether the sewage tank loses efficiency over height. But as far as I can tell, it doesn't, because otherwise it would be filling up here. I don't think this one. I think this is still full. So you can, and this is nearly 18.5 meters above the surface level where the buildings are. So it goes to show that the height doesn't seem to make any difference. And just to take it to an extreme level now, just put this in right at the top like that. We'll just try and place it just there. Again, we'll just delete this and pick up that. Wait for the game to let me just trim that back a bit so I can do it quickly. Oh, what I'm gonna have to do is come down, pick that up, just let it build. We've now built it. Go back to normal speed, come back up, click on here. You will see that I'll just go up to top speed so that you can see the water flowing. And if I come to here, you can see we've still got the same 17 cubic meters of water flowing. And of course, there would have been a surge when this the cinema here actually emptied. And again, just to show you, there's no accumulation in these small buildings that are really low, well below the height. In fact, I'd say that this is probably about 10 times higher than what it actually is. I think this quite clearly demonstrates that when you're actually placing the sewage tanks, you can afford to place it higher than the buildings themselves, so you don't need to be completely obsessed. And I know this is a mistake I made when I was actually testing the water and sewage update. I thought that these pickup points always had to be level or below the height of the buildings, and it does work. Now, of course, It's possible that if you went very high that they actually break, but to be honest, if you're building in a city and you've got a great big lump like this or something where you've got, and let me just show you, this is 59 meters above the surrounding buildings. So if you've got a building that's so mountainous that you need to put the waste of the sewage tank pickup 59 meters above where your buildings are placed, maybe you've built the city in the wrong place. I don't want this video to be too long, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope this has clarified the situation for some of you who are a bit confused, because of course one thing you do need to remember is that to actually run the pipes you need a down gradient, but the actual pickup point in relation to buildings isn't subject to that same restriction. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.